All right, my Forex family, this is Sydney Guajardo coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas, and we are the Trading Places. All right, guys, let's take a look at some gold. All right, so gold had a pretty good day today. I guess it started off here about 10 hours ago, took a big jump, and then 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Started off here and started off on a downtrend, continued from last week or from over the weekend, and just continued to climb up. So I'm sure we started somewhere right there. Let's call that beginning of the hour. I'm sure we started off there about 19.6. So it went up about $10 today. So gold did very well today. US 30. Turn my volume up here. US 30 had a bang up day. Closed out the weekend strong, kept going, went flat, and then went up, and just like it normally does. The last few hours, it just kind of. But look at this, just a nice little uptrend right there. I don't know what. Today I was just out of it. I got up this morning at 4 o'clock and did some trades. Took like 15 trades, and just did a little scalping. I normally don't do any type of trading on Monday mornings because it's kind of the beginning. You know, what really predicates any type of trend or sets the mood, I guess, for Forex is the U.S. market. And just wasn't. I mean, we had some brush collection over the weekend, and I think I overdid myself. But got 8 or 9 hours of sleep, which is very, very unlike me. And so I'm starting to feel a little better, so we're good. So let's look into some Forex. I'm looking at a chart today just like you are for the first time without looking through one eye. All right, so euro dollar kind of went down the last 10 hours. It kind of went up, which is good. We just got a buy signal right there. I wouldn't take that buy signal yet, but it looks like we are definitely on a downtrend for the euro dollar. So let's take a look. Let's see what are we looking at here. Let's kind of go further back here. Let's go to the 480. Let's move this over here so it's out of the way. Okay. Now let's look at horizontal line right there. And the lowest it's been, it looks like it's right there. And to get to the lowest, you had to go back to June 20th, right there. And it's just been on a continuous uptrend. There's been some retracements. Oh, one thing I want to tell you guys, in the summertime, we still have about one more month of it. Institutional traders, what I mean by institutional, I mean bank, because banks trade Forex, Central States Bank. And because there's currencies all over the world, and the Central State Bank is the central bank is the one that is in charge of there's different sectors of it, but every like America has a Federal Reserve, the Britain has whatever they have, but they all trade Forex, and they all trade currencies, which in turn we're retail traders, so we kind of have to figure out what they're doing. So during the summer, all these big institutional traders, they have junior traders trading, so the volume, it just isn't there. You know, America, the world still needs money to trade, so they're trading. Now, what I need to do is put a video on our thread so you can look at it. It doesn't affect the trend so much, but just not a lot of volume there. So what I mean to say, summer tends to be a little harder to trade than normal. It'll still go in the same direction, but it'll retrace quicker. So like, let's say here, let me just give you just an example. Like, let's say you're going up. In the wintertime, you'll continue to have this uptrend. Okay, this is the wintertime. So in the summertime, what'll tend to happen is like right here, it went up and it kind of went down, and it went up and it went down. Forex always does that, but it just doesn't go down as hard. I mean, you know, you'll always have retracement, but this is 3 hours of retracement here. That's kind of scary. Other times you'll just have a retracement, just keep going and going and going, a little retracement, keep going. You can see it. There's just more volume. It's just a little harder to trade in the summertime, but that all kind of goes away in September, and so I'll be good. But so what you need to do, the reason I mention this is because when you're trading, oh man, I'm telling you here, this is really, so when you're trading, let me erase this. So when you're trading, let's look at some trades here. So let me tell you what I'm trying to tell you here. All right, so let's say you want to pick this to go in a down session or a downward trend. It looks like it's going to go down, but what you may want to do is to be better safe than sorry. I wouldn't put any pending orders now. What I would do is I would take the trade until you've made a few pips and then get out. And as much as I hate, teaching you how to scalp, that's the safest bet right now. Because what happens is look at this. You went up to this highest point here and then just came shooting down. Could it go back up? Well, yeah, it has a very good chance of going back up because you're in an upward trend. Okay, but you have to be very, very careful because when it comes down, especially when it comes off of a resistance line like that, it comes down pretty hard. Look at this one. This is a very good support line, and look at it. It just went up for the last 24 hours. Just went up, and now it's starting to come down. So when you get in this zone here, it's kind of safe. But when you hit a big resistance or support line, this would be a resistance line here, is the highest it's ever been, and this is a support line. Every time it's hit it, it's bounced right up. So on the 60-minute candle, it doesn't look so. Here it doesn't look. It looks like it's a very small movement. On the 60, boy, it could really eat up your account. And if you're not watching it, it can be very slippery. So just my advice is just to. My advice is just to be very careful during times like this, especially when you're using these indicators. They could all not fail on you because they won't fail, but because they have a very, very good track record. But let's go back to the 60 here. Let me show you. We're on the euro dollar. You see how this one is starting to turn. It was in a downward trend. If you just scroll back to here, look at that. Everything was down, 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 down. And you scroll forward, and all of a sudden, look at this. Starting to turn down, right? But then look at this area right here on the 120. All of a sudden it hit this line here and it's just starting to go up. Well, you didn't know it was going to go up. I mean, that's just one of those things. But Forex is going to do all. It has a mind of its own. It's going to do it at once. You just have to be very, very careful. You have to move this over here. This is why we have indicators. Most of the time in the winter time, I'll predict, let's say right here, I'm going to call this deal short. So I'll put a pending order at 117,800 that's going to bounce and go short, okay? Because if you take a look at it here, it did it here. Every time it hit this line, it bounced. Every time it hit this line, it bounced. So it hit this line and bounced. So look at this. I put a pending order here, and boom, it's going to come down here. So, but in the winter, in the summertime, in the spring, or in the fall time, it's easier to do that way. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Let's go to dollar yen. Okay. Let's look at the 240 on this one. All right, so let's figure the high and low. The high is here, and the low is here, and we are here. Let's find out we're in a support or resistance line here. So I think it's going to continue to move up right here. I'm going to go back to the 60 because I think we've already found our trend. So what I would do on this one is I would, I think trend will continue long. as long as indicators stay. Okay, so I think trend will continue to stay. Now look, the last few hours here, it's kind of been following a new trend here, but look at this Fibonacci line here that I put, this support resistance. You see how it bounced and went back up? I think it's going to continue to go up. So the 120, make sure that it straightens out before it goes north, and just wait for a call from the King Solomon. All right, let's go to Euro. Euro took a dump yesterday. Let's see what it did today. Let's take a look here. Let's go to 240. Let's put trend line here, or where we started, the highs and lows. It's continuing to be, if you look at the 240 candle, is definitely going long. Okay, let's see where we ended up today. Was right here. Not a very well. There's actually not even a support resistance line. I think what it's going to do is just where it ended. I think it's going to continue to go north. So look for some long calls from Euro, from the EURUSD. Reduce this down. I think trend will continue. If I can spell it right. Just wait for signal. Okay, so you're definitely on an uptrend. It kind of went into consolidation here. It may not go north until probably tonight during the Euro, when the Euro opens. So just kind of wait on that one. Just put your notes on. Let's go over two more trades. Let's go over Aussie dollar. I think this one definitely is this one's looking for a short trend. Look at this. It just retraced here, this last part, but I would definitely, it's already starting to come down here a little bit, you see. So I'd look for trend to continue short. Wait for pound dollar. This is kind of all over the place here. Let's take a look. It's not giving me much. Well, look at this. If you take a look at the 240, it's definitely on an uptrend, and I think it'll continue to go that way. Let's put this on the 240, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's definitely going up. So let's see where this is. I think it's going to bounce off of this line, which it already did. It's going to continue north. So let's put this in respect to 60. All right. Yeah, it's going to have to wait for this one to turn back around. So it may take a few hours, but tonight is definitely going to be something you want to look at for this trade here. But anyway, not much going on in Forex tonight. It all happens tonight. So just there you go. All right, so from San Antonio, Texas, and the trading places, this is Sidney Guajardo. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.